YouTube, welcome back to some Fog of War. Now, if you don't know how this works, basically I can only see the squares that my pieces can move to. So you'll notice that when this pawn moves over to e4, hang on, let me just move forwards, my bishop opens up and I can now see these squares, as does my queen. So I can basically only see the pieces that are available to me. So I played e4, my opponent clearly played e5 because I can now see this pawn. And yeah, I basically need to capture my opponent's king. It's really that simple. We're playing a sort of Scotch opening. They take, so I will now take, and we've got this monster queen. And the only way they can actually target me is with this move c5, but we don't see their pawn venture out. Okay, so they play, okay, interesting. They play knight f6. So I think maybe I just develop my bishop, because like I say, the only way they can target my queen currently is still c5. Okay, the bishop comes out. Interesting. So, the bishop is currently in front of this pawn. Okay. What I'm going to do, actually, is develop my knight. Bring this bishop out. Not to there, actually. That'd be stupid. Let's go to here. And then get long castle. Because it looks like they're scoping out this square, thinking I've probably short castled. But we haven't actually done that. So we're going to go ahead and get long castled, I think. I think that's a good play. Let's go ahead and get long castled. I imagine they're going to push this pawn at some stage. So I am just going to back up to here. There is a knight on this square. Okay, we're going to take this bishop. The knight will now take back, I presume. If this bishop disappears, it's because the knight will take back. Okay, no. Okay, wow. It feels like my opponent is kind of throwing here. They're giving me loads of pieces. Oh, wait, no. This knight had already moved, hadn't it? Oh, my goodness. Oh, this opponent is absolutely in hell. We're going to take the queen. We now know where the king is as well. Oh, this is glorious. Now we just throw our h-pawn up the board. Look to get this king opened up. Because I presume they've castled. I presume. Well, that's the only way they could have got their king there that quickly, surely. So, yeah, we're going to continue our push. Okay, there's not a pawn here. That's interesting. What can we see here? Okay. Okay, let's take this bishop. There is a pawn here, so they will take back. I think we should be good just to take this pawn. I mean, we have all their pieces except rooks. There's a rook there. Hello there, sir. Let's go here. Yeah, we should just be good now to just pick everything up, basically. So we're just going to gobble up, like, every pawn we can get our hands on. Okay, so this one's moved here. That's fine. Let's go ahead and play rook here. Okay, there is a rook now there. Let's go here. Still hitting this rook. Let's take. The rook will take back, but we shall take again. So we've sacrificed our queen, but, you know, they're going to lose their king now. Beautiful. So we do pick up a win in our first game, guys. We're going to jump straight into another one, though. Don't fear. Oh, my God. We're playing a 1960. A 1960. That's really not good, actually. Yeah, this probably is looking like an L. We're just going to play like some sort of Caro-Kann setup. Are they going to take? I imagine they'll take. No, okay. Let's go here. This is like a semi-Slav setup now, isn't it? But in Fog of War, literally nothing matters. Like, it's all just sort of like remembering and trying to work out where your opponent has put their pieces. But guys, if you've made it this far, please do feel free to hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that. I will love you forever. Let's go ahead and throw this pawn up the board. This has to be the plan here. I'm actually a little bit hesitant if they take. Okay, yeah, that's not ideal. That is not ideal. Let's drop this bishop back, because we don't want to trade many pieces off. Thinking about just pushing my b-pawn up the board. I think this makes a lot of sense. I'm looking to just make this trade. Okay, they trade this way. Okay, I'm going to take back with the knight. Okay, they're probably going to take. Let's go like this, just to keep our pawns somewhat connected. I think this makes a lot of sense. This game mode's so tricky, man. Especially when you play against people that actually know what they're doing. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I simply haven't got a Scooby-Doo. I'm not going to take because clearly there's like a queen lined up with this bishop, which is absolutely terrifying. Let's go here. And then move our king over on our next move, because they could bring the queen over. Or could they? I don't know. Maybe they can't. I'm looking at personally just taking this pawn. Like, similarly to what they've just done to me is basically what I want to try to do to them. That's the plan, anyway. And the drink of choice today is a Diet Coke. Oh, what a noise. I mean, is there anything better in life? Probably quite a few things, in fairness, but... glorious. Okay, so they've clearly pushed their pawns. Let's go here. Yeah, absolutely glorious. It's a real shame we can't see their king here. It probably means that they've long castled. Or maybe just not castled at all yet. I'd like to play my rook here at some stage, but right now, clearly that is not an option. My opponent is having a little bit of a think. Currently, material is all equal. Whether or not it stays that way is to be determined, I guess. But I imagine my opponent is just going to start toying with me in a minute. Like, they're clearly much better than me. I mean, 1960 is a lot higher than 1668. So, you know, if you can do basic arithmetic, you should be able to work out that they are substantially better. So I'm going to get aggressive on them. They're probably not... oh, wow, they do take. Hello, king. Oh, I've lost mine. That must have been a knight then. Okay, but where did we see the king? Okay, the king is there. Let's go here. Where was the queen as well? Okay, so queen here. I reckon I could play bishop here as like a little trap, sort of incentivizing them to take here. But then I'd actually be opening up my... okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and say never mind. We're going to take, but I presume they could take my... oh my god. Oh, that's really bad, isn't it? I imagine there's a bishop about to take me. Yeah, wow, good game to my opponent. We're going to play one more game, guys, because we can't end on 1-1, can we? I mean, come on now. Come on. We've got to end on either a win or a loss. And I'm kind of praying for a win here. We get the white pieces, so let's go ahead and just win this game, shall we? I mean, I'm going to go for a bit of a trap. Now, if they ever push this pawn, it's game over. That's the trap, basically. That's the trap. It's like desperate times call for desperate measures, okay? We've got to pray that they push this pawn at some stage. But I imagine they'll get castled first. That tends to be the way it goes. Yeah, let's push this pawn, opening this up. Then go here. Hello, pawn. I kind of like the idea of getting long castled, because then we can throw our H-pawn up, and I feel like that bodes pretty well for me. It tends to work out a bit better than short castling in this, because your opponent anticipates you to short castle. So if you're long castling, you're just sort of throwing a bit of a spanner in the works. You're just trying to throw them off their game. That's the plan anyway. I mean, whether or not it actually works is sort of yet to be determined. Let's go ahead and take... whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay, buddy. What the hell? We just got so much information. I mean, now they'll probably just take, and that's not ideal for us. But we can go here. There is a knight on this square. And we are now down material. We're down an entire knight, which doesn't bode well for us in the slightest. Oh, man, I can't believe how much information we just got, though. That's, like, really, really valuable. Okay, so they just moved the bishop. Let's go ahead and take this knight. And then play here, because they won't know that we've pushed this pawn. Because it didn't come into their crossfire at all. They weren't able to see this pawn. So it's a little bit of a, you know, it's one of those things you just cannot anticipate. If they now move this knight, then, I mean, we can only assume they're cheating. Because, I mean, you wouldn't know it's there. It'd just be impossible to tell. The clock is running down for my opponent, which is always good news. I mean, I love to see my opponent's clock running down. Okay, they move there, but we can take... there is a pawn there, though. That's a bit annoying. I think our plan is going to be to get double stacked and just go for, like, some super aggressive play. Okay, we could take with the rook, but I imagine it's reinforced by a pawn, so probably not worth it, in fairness. Let's just look to push. Could play here, but... yeah, we could play here, actually. And then just take. That probably works out pretty well for us. Let's take. There's another pawn there. Okay, now let's take the bishop. There's a rook here. That's handy to know, isn't it? Let's take. I don't think we can be taken. I don't think. Could be wrong there. Let's now push. Okay, we can't push anymore. But we can go here, here, and here. Like, this is like a mental expansion, isn't it? Like, we're really just trying to just go all-out attack on our opponent now. That's the plan, anyway. Just go all-out attack. Okay, my opponent is having a little bit of a think. I mean, so many of the squares on the board we can now see. Okay, I'm going to be brave and just continue our push. And I'm just going to assume that we're just going to push again. Okay, there is a rook, but chances are they're double stacked. So it's too risky, isn't it, man? Let's go for this. Okay, and then this. If they take, then I'll go here. Okay, they didn't take. Let's push. Wow, we are just trying to open up this king as much as we can, really. Okay, so there's clearly something here. Let's push again. I mean, we're just getting as aggressive as, like, humanly possible here. Whoa, okay, we need to move, because if we take, chances are there's a rook here ready to take back. So, yeah, we're going to go here, which is a bit unfortunate. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's go here. No! Oh, that's so annoying, man. That's so annoying. Where are all the pieces? Oh, no way, man. Oh, I could have played here. How long could I have played here for? Oh, man. I could have played here for ages. Because, like, let's say I'd have gone here first. After takes. And then takes. There's nowhere the king can move to get safe. Oh, that's so annoying. I should have known that as well. As soon as I saw the rook move here. I mean, you guys were probably screaming it in the comments, but... Oh, man. Okay, so we lose more than we win today, guys. You know, it happens. You know, you can't be perfect in this life, okay? But if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.